Good morning everyone. Welcome to online class. Today's class we are going to learn the lesson earthquake. What did you notice from these pictures? These pictures show the destruction of earthquake. In this supplement reader, Earthquake by M.S. Magadevan, we are going to see how the earthquake changed the life of Bridge, the 17 years old boy in Molti village, Uttarakhand. Greetings, traveler. You look tired and cold. Are you a stranger to these parts? Waiting for the bus to Badrinath? Perhaps you are a pilgrim or a visitor to the Valley of Flowers. Anyway, whoever you are, come with me. Wait at my tea shop. It is just past the bend in the road. The narrator invited a visitor who might be a pilgrim to Badrinath to have a cup of tea in his tea shop. As you can see, I am carrying this can of milk to the shop. In 10 minutes, I will have a fire going. While you warm yourself, I will prepare for you the best cup of tea in all Godwall. It will chase away the pinched blue look from your face. Here we are. Welcome to my humble roadside tea shop. Make yourself comfortable on this wooden bench. It looks rickety, but it will hold your weight. The narrator told the visitor that he was carrying that milk can to the shop. In 10 minutes, he would prepare the best cup of tea which would chase the tiredness. He welcomed the visitor to his shop and he asked him to be seated on the wooden bench. My name, sir, I am called Bridge. I am 17 years old. I started this tea shop 2 years ago. Before that, I worked in a roadside shop outside Panipat. The heat, the crowd, the pollution, it was all too much. I had saved most of my earnings. I came back and with a little help I started this shop. By the grace of God, it provides me a decent enough livelihood. He introduced himself. He was Bridge, 17 years old boy. He started that tea shop 2 years ago. Before that, he worked in a roadside shop. He saved his earnings and he started the tea shop. By God's grace, it provided him a decent enough livelihood. Here, your tea is ready. Strong, sweet, flavored with cardamom. Enjoy it, sir. While I get on with my chores. This is my daily routine. At sunset, I will shut my shop and walk back the 3 miles to my dwelling on the hillside. The name of my village? It was my village. The village of my ancestors. It is no more. Moldi is gone. What happened to my village? Meantime, Bridge prepared cardamom tea for the visitor. He started to do his work. He said that he would shut his shop and he would reach his village, which was 3 miles away. The name of his village was Moldi. It was gone. It was 4 years ago in the month of October. One night the earth quaked. Yes, tremors are common in these parts. These snows may seem eternal, the Himalayas may look solid, but the truth is, deep down they are unstable. We, who live here are accustomed to tremors. But what happened that night was more than that. It was a terrible earthquake. Its effects were felt as far away as Delhi and Lucknow. Can you imagine the devastation at the heart of the earthquake? It was 4 years ago in the month of October. One night the earth quaked. Yes, tremors are common in these parts. We know the Himalayas look solid, but the truth is deep down they are unstable. It was a terrible earthquake. It affected Delhi and Lucknow. The epicenter was in a valley not far from here. There were 670 villages in the valley, 602 were destroyed. The earthquake lasted less than 5 minutes, time enough to set the centuries old mountains crashing, to reduce our villages to rubble, to snuff out hundreds of lives. Since it was terrible earthquake, 602 villages were destroyed out of 670 villages in the valley. Hundreds of people died. It was sheer chance that I was away that night. I had gone to Paudi to buy my school books. I stayed the night at my uncle's house. We felt the tremors. We ran out into the open. Again and again the tremors came. We spent the entire night outside. Paudi lived through the night, Moldi did not. Bridge had gone to Paudi to buy his school books. He stayed the night at his uncle's house. They felt the tremors. Again and again the tremors came. They spent the entire night outside. Paudi lived through the night, Moldi did not. For the living, the nightmare began at daybreak when the news trickled in of the large-scale devastation. There were dozens of landslides. Huge boulders thrown haphazardly across motorable tracks and roads. Precious time was spent in blasting the rocks and clearing the way for army rescue teams. It was all of 4 days before help arrived for Moldi. It was a large-scale devastation. There were dozens of landslides. Large rocks were thrown in a random manner. 4 days were spent in blasting the rocks and clearing the way for the army rescue teams. I was among the first to reach the village. My uncle accompanied me. We feared the worst, but nothing had prepared us for what we saw. Every single house, every wall, every roof had been flattened. Stone, rubble, and dust were all that remained. Our house was a 2-storied stone building with a slate roof. My great-grandfather had built the house. We were a small family. My father had died after an illness just 14 months ago. My mother took care of us. We were 3 children. I was the oldest. My brother Nilu was 10. Bully, my 2-year-old sister, was the baby of the family. My grandmother lived with us. Bridge reached the place with his uncle at first. They saw every single house, every wall, every roof had been flattened. Only stone and dust were remained. Their house was 2-storied house. His great-grandfather built the house. They were a small family. His father had died before 14 months. His mother took care of them. They were 3 children. Bridge was the elder. His brother Nilu was 10. Bully was 2 years old sister. His grandmother lived with them. Let's see in the next session whether Bridge's family members were alive or dead. Thank you.